E3.
Hello everybody and welcome to the first E3 2017 discussion. I am Daan and with me are Adam and Bryan.
What's up, everybody?
I am enjoying E3 in my very empty house. There aren't a ton of people everywhere. It's beautiful.
The E3 experience is kind of wild with the Nintendo Spotlight today and a whole bunch of Nintendo Treehouse stuff. But we are going to talk about Super Mario Odyssey. To start, really, I'm interested. We'll just go around the table and see what everybody thinks of it. And I will let Bryan go first.
Okay. I think Super Mario Odyssey looks incredible. It looks like one of the best Mario games to come out in a long time. Just everything about it really captured my interest. I think everything from just how wonderful the graphics look. Each and every world I saw in that trailer looked awesome. Like New Donk City and the forest level we just got done watching. Just everything's so completely detailed and seamless. It's wonderful to look at. And you know, the mechanic they showed off in this today looked really awesome, which is like the cap uses the ability to like switch you into other enemies or other obstacles on the map that'll help you get moons, which I think is the currency, or yeah, it's the equivalent to stars in like Super Mario 64 and things like that.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm just really impressed. When they first showed it off at the Switch event earlier this year, it looked great, and these trailers that we saw today on the Spotlight and also during the Treehouse, both of those looked really great. It really showed me that this is something completely. It's a 3D Mario game, but at the same time they showed enough new things for me. It's like, yeah, this is something completely new, completely different. You should definitely go and try it out, and that was my impression coming out of it. It's pretty damn great.
Adam?
I wasn't quite as blown away as I'd like to be. I am really excited for the game. I love Mario. Super Mario 64. I think it's still my favorite Mario game. So it was exciting to know that they were going back to the style. But I feel like Mario games have been getting faster paced over time. Like,
right.
Even in Galaxy, you were kind of expected to take sort of a straight path to the star, and then with the 3D world and 3D land, like, you kind of rush to the end. And this, it's the exact opposite, where you're not racing towards anything. It's very slow paced. It's very just exploration based, which I think is neat. It's just, I've never played. I can't imagine what it will be like when I actually play it. So I'm not as hyped as I'd like to be, but I still think it looks really good.
Yeah. For my money, I was in love with everything I saw. I think there is definitely a goal there, like collecting those big moons is your end goal in those worlds. But the road to there is so uniquely different from anything we've seen in a Mario game. Yeah. Like collecting all of those smaller moons within a level, collecting the different types of currency, like the regular coins, but also those special coins that can give you new costumes. Just the sense of exploration is something we haven't really seen in that specific way in a Mario game before. You could say that they could simply rehash the same way they've done with Super Mario 64 and Sunshine. And while those are great games, I think doing something unique is what Nintendo thrives in, and this is very unique.
Yeah, definitely.
I agree completely. Definitely.
So, like Bryan touched upon before, I think one of the biggest things we've seen during the new E3 2017 trailer was the fact that you can body swap. You can throw your head, which is called Cappy, and you can body swap with like anything you see, from enemies to human NPCs in New Donk City to various characters in the various worlds, even to a freaking T-Rex at the beginning of that trailer.
You know what's funny? I
Um,
thought the start of that trailer was gonna be like Monster Hunter, but then Mario showed up. I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of cool.
So yeah, I wonder. We've seen a lot of usage for it, and I was very surprised that this is something we didn't see initially, because it did seem more like a regular 3D platformer, but all of a sudden it takes a more serious twist, and it seems to be more mechanically and more mechanical based than anything again we've seen in a Mario game before. And I'm not sure how you guys feel about that.
I think it's just something different that I like. Um, as far as this mechanic goes, I mean, I really, it's something different, something pretty cool. I'm willing to give it a
Right.
try.
I mean, I'm excited. I
And
think that the body swapping thing is really neat. The game kind of reminds me of Lego City a lot. I don't know if it's because I just played
all
it,
right.
um, but that one, you just explored the world and just found things. There were some story things, but once you got those out of the way, you just explored, and you had a lot of different abilities based on your outfit and stuff. Um, and I'm definitely open to playing more Lego City, but I did get a little burnt out on that, and I just see a lot of that in this
Right.
Mario game. Like I don't know if
Hmm.
it'll have the kind of the quick hits that you would want out of a portable game.
What I kind of liked about what the trailer showed was that it was kind of a little bit more puzzle based than we've seen in other Mario games. It
Right.
kind of makes you use your head a little bit. Like, what do I need to do to get this moon piece? And I saw a lot of that in both of the Treehouse and in the Spotlight trailers, and in the gameplay. So I like it. It's something different. It's not Sunshine or Mario 64. This is something a little bit new, a little bit more in depth, and that's pretty cool. I kind of like these risks Nintendo is taking with this Mario game, so I'm all for it.
Absolutely, yeah. I think that also what helps me to like it is the settings and the worlds. I think that the settings and worlds are really well developed. Especially New Donk City, which we've seen a lot more of in this trailer. I think they're going all in on the gimmicks of that world now that
Yeah,
that all the streams are based around Donkey Kong, and that Pauline is the freaking mayor of that city.
yeah. And I think she was doing she was in a concert or something during that trailer, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think in game it seems like she was supposed to one who was singing that song.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I love that song, by the way. It's corny, but at the same time, I really like it.
Yeah, I love the world. I think
Right.
that song is going to be my wedding song, and my cake toppers are going to be wedding amiibo.
Yes, I can see so
Right.
many people doing that.
No, I was my idea. They can't steal
Oh, okay,
it.
fair enough.
um, and there was also what I also liked about it is there was more sense to like Cappy as a character, because again we had no idea. Like the only thing we've seen during that initial trailer was basically platforming
Yeah,
gameplay, and the essential role that he's playing in the story and how you use your various mechanics is very interesting, and how he like also transforms together with Mario. Of course, the various outfits that you acquire during that game, while like, collecting the coins for the worlds and finding more options as you go. What I found the best about it though was that the worlds have unique risks on their own, because you can use the various mechanics of the enemies or the characters to fly up in the sky, going deep into darker woods and find initial puzzles that way. The world seems very innovative in that sense.
I kind of missed a lot of the story stuff. Like I caught that the rabbits are evil wedding planners, but I
Yeah, they
missed
are.
oh,
that. And
You
Do
know
we
that.
know anything about Cappy yet? Like what he is?
I don't think we do.
Yeah, it's hard to say what exactly Cappy is, but I do very interested right now in what he exactly is. So I guess that is the thing that the game does right now.
Yeah. I didn't know they were wedding planners. That kind of makes sense. They want to make sure that Bowser gets his perfect wedding, I guess.
I suppose so, and it also helps that all those amiibo figurines are also them in wedding groom outfits, including
Yeah, I
Mario.
saw in the trailer
That's true.
Mario in his wedding outfit.
They look all really dapper. I
They do.
really, really like it. It, it's super over the top, but I think that's really cool.
We have like so much amiibo this fall. They announced so many amiibo today. Uh,
They
Yeah, I
have.
think there's no way I can get all of those. There's no way. I already have so
No,
no.
many.
I mean, if you're trying to be an amiibo collector, today was a nightmare.
I think that today was the worst for you then.
I don't know. I think I need the Mario ones though, like for sure. But I need the Metroid ones, but I don't need the Fire Emblem ones. I skipped the last Fire Emblem ones, which I kind of regret because
No,
I really want to play the new Fire Emblem.
Nah.
Hmm.
What else did they announce? It was 5 Mario ones, 2 Metroid ones, 2 Fire Emblem ones.
I think that's it. No, I think did they announce more? No, the four people from Zelda.
Oh
The,
yeah,
what are they
the
called?
champions.
The
I
the champions.
Champions.
Yeah.
absolutely
There you go.
have to get those. I begged for those on Twitter for so long.
Right. Um, that actually next to the trailer they showed us actual gameplay. The first section at the beginning of the day was showing a lot more of New Donk City, while the second one was more in the silent woods. Overall, I must say that I'm not sure if I would be explorative as the people were in the treehouse, but I'm very interested in seeing all the nooks and
Yeah.
crannies and seeing what they have on offer exactly.
Yeah, these look like worlds where you're gonna spend a lot of time just going around and digging through everything to make sure that you get everything that's in that world. And
Right.
you c- it's kind of more to me. It felt like this game's gonna be more exploration based than previous games, which I'm all for that. I mean, like I keep thinking like this is gonna be like in depth as Zelda, which I mean I spent like 30 hours just roaming around the entire Hyrule just doing stuff. But I'm all for this more exploratory approach to Mario games. It's all seamless. It's not like you're dying, then going back to the overworld, then going back to the map again. This is all seamless, so it makes sense to do that. It makes sense to explore a little bit more and go into a little bit more depth, which is cool.
Hmm.
I like that.
It didn't on the stream. Didn't
And
someone
going
like
from
fall down a hole and find a new area?
Yeah,
yeah, they've done that a couple of times. Also in New Donk City, you would find specific doors in the buildings and would go up a building that way, and then find a specific area or obstacle course that you need to come
I really
across.
hope that there's just like some random area that doesn't get found for like 2 years.
yeah, no, right.
That would be funny. That would
I
be
hope
really
because like
funny.
in Zelda, like I didn't take that long, but it took some time for people to find all the Korok seeds, you know. And I hope that
Sure,
there's
yeah.
little things like that in Mario that we just don't see for a while.
That'd be cool.
Also, that brings us to another point. It didn't look too overly difficult.
Yeah, it looked really
Mm.
easy.
It
No,
Well,
for the ditch show what happens if you lose a life. You actually lose 10 coins instead of a life system now.
I think they got rid of the life
Um,
system.
no, I
which
saw you had
is-
3
Yeah.
it's
hits,
interesting.
but I don't know what happens after that 3rd hit.
Yeah,
Hit systems.
that's
Hit system's still there.
that's the health system. I mean, the life system is gone
Yeah.
because basically when you lose a life, you lose 10 coins now.
So I wonder.
Which
We kind of talked about this while we were watching the trailer. I mean, I wonder if like you'll be able to go back into a world and replenish and stuff because Without life system, I mean, it's you might have to play a game a little bit differently, or at least think a little bit more differently than other Mario
Yeah,
games.
I don't think it will be like the red coins where they just pop up and once you collect them you're done because that's what those special ones, those triangles are for.
Hmm.
But those coins will easily replenish, I think, as soon as you come and come leave and come back
Yeah,
to an area.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
the purple ones are they don't come back.
Purple
Yeah,
ones
there are
are, yeah.
100 of them, and then you're good,
I
right?
think they had a collecting system as to how many there are in each level, so I don't think they replenish.
So what happens
Hmm.
if you run out of coins? Did you just lose no
Game over.
coins, or do you
Um,
get a game over?
I, I'm not sure. We've not reached that point yet.
We need
I'm
to kill
afraid.
Mario. We have
Um,
to find out. Well, we have. He doesn't die. He transforms into dead Mario, but we have to. We have to figure out how to do that.
Zombie Mario.
what I've seen of it seems really difficult to run out of coins though.
Yeah, it
Like
does.
really difficult. Uh, Once going for the runes level, then the Mexican level with the sombrero, you instantly come across like golden Goombas who give you additional
Yeah.
coins.
I think it's very easy to collect coins. I don't think people have much of a problem making sure they don't get game over or zombie Mario or whatever happens if you run out.
Hmm. Overall though, I must say that I really liked it. I really liked the style and flair of it. Um, it seemed kind of easy. I can deal with that though. Like as long as it's fun, and I think that's the most important factor. As long as a game is fun, I will have a
But I
good
think
time.
I
it's.
agree.
We should remember that
I
every
mean,
Mario game starts really easy.
things do pick
Yeah,
up
but
toward the end.
yeah, sure, but it did show like three different levels so far, and it didn't seem none of it seemed particularly difficult. To be fair, we have not seen a boss or anything yet, so that could potentially change our mind like very quickly.
It's true.
Um, but right now it didn't seem exactly all that hard to
Yeah, but look
accomplish.
at like Galaxy.
Yeah,
Anyone can beat Galaxy, but getting all the
I did.
stars is like a different story. It can get really
Yeah,
hard.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think for Mario games, it's like yeah, you can beat the game if you want, and it's pretty easy to do. But if you want to collect everything, that's even tougher. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And I think that's where that basically the difficulty will result to.
Hmm.
Like if you want a challenge, you just need to collect everything. And there are plenty of fun ways to do that. Again, with the costumes, with all the people you have to interact with, also with the retro bits where you actually go into a Pixar's
Yeah,
pipe,
that looked
go into
awesome.
an 8-bit section. It was super crazy.
I love that. It reminds me of A Link Between Worlds, and that was fun. And this looks even more fun. Just reminds me a lot of Super Mario One in that kind of
It
style. It's pretty
does,
cool.
yeah. I like how they also animated all the costumes
Yeah,
to accommodate for
yeah.
that.
So 2D sombrero Mario, that looks awesome.
That looked really cool. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing so far. It will be a little while longer before I get to play it because I will get to play it once the post T3 tour comes around my
Oh,
country, which is in 2 weeks. Um, but I'm very excited to just give more thoughts when I play it. I'm super pumped for it.
I am too. I mean, I was excited for it when it was first shown earlier this year. I think in January. But after watching everything from today, I mean, I can't wait to play it. I mean, I think that's going to be my top game to play this fall. So I am very excited. I can't wait for to see what new ideas Nintendo has for Mario. So I'm very excited.
For sure. And it also doesn't take very long anymore. It's like four
No,
months or
Yeah,
something,
October
which is
27th.
insane. Which is insane
and
to
it's
think
weird that they
about.
Yeah,
announced it in 2017 and it's coming out in 2017. Like all of these games,
yeah.
all pretty much everything on Switch, they announced this year and it's coming out this year.
There were a few, but yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, a lot of them are coming
with,
out
with
this year.
Yeah, with that in Xenoblade Chronicles 2 still, they're getting still a lot of like really big-ish
Yeah.
games.
Mhm.
Um, and of course the DLC with Zelda and what have you. So there's still a lot of stuff coming.
Yes.
But it's weird that under a year we have like three big games in that specific way.
I'm still
Yeah, big Mario, big Zelda.
I'm still blown away by
It's very
the
cool.
Hmm.
Mario and Rabbids because this looks
That too. That too.
all the early stuff looked so stupid,
we
but
might
that
we might
trailer,
talk about it in a different
my
discussion, but
God.
yeah, true.
That was a
Um,
quick turnaround for me. Gotta be honest.
the final thing that I want to discuss before we head off is that they seem to, and it was also implied on their Japanese Twitter account, which they opened today, specifically for Super Mario Odyssey. They seem to emphasize that it's better to play it with split Joy Cons.
Mm.
Yeah, they were talking about the motion control on the stream. You can like do all sorts of
Hmm.
crazy throws with your hat.
You can also climb faster that way. It seems. I'm willing to give it a try, but it seems a little weird to me.
Yeah, I haven't been used to that with using the Joy Cons like separately, so I'm not too sure if I'm ready to do that. But I mean, I guess by October I will be. But it doesn't seem like to play a platformer like that. I don't know if I should use that. But I mean, if Nintendo's
To be
pushing
fair,
that,
back in 2007, never thought we would play it
that's
with
true.
a Wii remote and a nunchuck.
That is true. I mean, I had the same feelings about that back at the time. I thought, this doesn't feel right. Or it seems like it's not going to feel right. But then I played Galaxy, Galaxy 2, and those are wonderful games. So, I mean, I'm ready to give this a shot, too.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it does seem that you can still play it like any other way with a Pro Controller for
Yeah.
Joy-Con grip, but they seem to really emphasize that you should play it that way.
Yeah. That's a lot of their games kind of showcase that. Like, I'm still kind of on the fence about it, but hey, I'll give it a shot. I mean, it seems like it's worth a try at least.
Yeah, for sure. You feeling the same, Adam, or are you more reserved in that
I'm
specific
super
way?
down for split Joy Cons. I don't know about you guys, but I'm kind of a larger guy, so I get kind of cramped when I hold like a controller for too long. Um, so when I
Right.
play Switch, I play with two separate. My arms are not near each other. I'll have like one on one armrest and one in the air, something stupid. The gamepad was pretty wide. The Wii remote and the nunchuck, you could go. I think it was like a meter apart or something. So I don't really like holding a controller where the two halves are like super close to each other. 'Cause
Right.
I I'm a little too big to get my hands that close for too long without sort of my back hurting, like some sort of giant old person.
Fair enough. Yeah, I think we discussed everything right now that we should know about this game.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think we skimmed over anything. So, stay tuned for more on NintendoWorldReport.com. We will have a lot more discussions the coming days. Hopefully on all the major games that were announced during the spotlight and other smaller details thereafter. Um, you can also go to NintendoWorldReport.com itself for previews, hands-ons, and what have you. I'm sure that the away team is hard at work with that stuff. And yeah, have a nice morning, evening, or afternoon whenever you're listening to this. See you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, happy E3.